Super Smash Bros. Switch will be one of the largest pieces of Nintendo's E3 2018 presence, and that is why today we're predicting 10 new characters that will be added to the Switch game. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from Switch Force. Gabe is here, and we know that Super Smash Bros. Switch will probably be the largest piece of Nintendo's E3 Direct and have a real large presence on their show floor. They've got the tournament going on. They're letting people play at the New York store. This is a very big deal for a very big game. And so today we have come up with a list of 10 characters that we are putting our chips in to say are coming to the Switch game.
Yeah, I know 10 characters is a lot, but we do believe that there's going to be a sizable amount of new characters. So, yeah, Zach, why don't you go ahead and get us started?
First, I did want to mention that there will be some characters that, or at least we think there will be some characters that are iterative, right? So like a Breath of the Wild Link, and we didn't want to include those on the list. So this would only be completely new character slots, not a changeover. And I think it's safe to say like Link is going to be changed. Do you think Mario will find similar treatment?
That'll be tough because, yeah, like, hey, Cappy, cool. But I don't know if the next Mario is going to have Cappy, and like, I don't know if they want to just like change him completely. Maybe a skin or something like that is something I could see. But like, I don't know if they just completely change like baseline Mario, just because that's like such like an iconic character as is, right?
I mean, there's a couple others that could see some moveset, alterations. People have mentioned like, oh, Bowser, since he has such a cool presence in Mario Odyssey, everybody would love Luigi to grab his poltergeist. There are some characters that have room for, a makeover. I don't know that we get many of them, especially, with this Switch game and what it might be. I feel like that may not be the case, even though I would love it to be. So yeah, we'll move on from that. We already know that Inklings are in the game, but here are 10 more that we predict will be added. The first one is probably the most obvious, and that would be the return of Ice Climbers. This has been rumored. This makes a whole lot of sense, and the dynamic Icy duo needs to come back.
Yeah, fan favorites from, a previous Smash game that were taken away from people's loving grasp. So, yeah, I think if they want to please fans with this, whatever circumstance of the game aside, yeah, Ice Climbers coming back makes perfect sense. They've been in the game before. No reason why they wouldn't make a comeback.
Absolutely. And we'll keep on with some characters that just make too much sense. And the next would be a new Fire Emblem hero. Obviously, we don't have a specific name because the Switch game hasn't really been unveiled yet. But once that happens at E3, which we fully expect to happen, then it's all but assured that a character from that game will be in Smash. They love the Fire Emblem inclusions, and this is just too perfect, right?
Yeah, I guess the only question becomes, is it a little bit weird that Smash is going to like be the way you first see or have interactions with this character? Because presumably Smash is coming out before Fire Emblem, and I don't know if that's a little bit weird, just like this like random character that you know nothing about. Like, you're not going to be super familiar with like the moveset. I mean, the moveset will be the moveset, but like you're not going to have any connection to any of it. So I wonder how that would go.
Yeah, I suppose it could be just like a already established Fire Emblem character. It could be an already established Fire Emblem character that also has a substantial role in the new game, right? But this is something where this character could be revealed beyond E3. Bill Trinan said yesterday that they will be saving some Smash Bros. Surprises for later on in the year. So this is a case where maybe it's added later, or like I said, it could even be a previously known Fire Emblem character that has like a new role in the new game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Number 3 is going to be that ARMS edition, and we're going with Ribbon Girl. We've heard rumors that Nintendo wants to add a lot more female characters and balance the roster out. I don't know that they are ballsy enough to put Twintel in as the representative from ARMS, but it's ended up selling pretty darn well. I feel like it established enough of a base, and it would be a really cool and also easy moveset to sort of carry over. Ribbon Girl seems like the one.
Yeah, in the back of my mind, I tend to think you're right as far as Ribbon Girl, for the ARMS character, by the way. But I feel like they have to do something ARMS related, whether it be a stage or, an assist trophy, something. But yeah, the hope would be a character, and Ribbon Girl would be pretty neat. A moveless for a character like that it's not difficult to imagine, so hopefully.
You have a lot of punchers, right? That's a very established subset of Super Smash Bros. So, the other thing to take into consideration here is we've heard that all the characters from Smash 4 are back. So this is going to be a very beefy roster. I don't know in terms of like how many returners. We've put our mark down for Ice Climbers. There are some omissions from Smash 4 that have previously been included. But when people like Emily Rogers say that, hey, these character reveals are going to make you jump out of your seat, to me that's not saying like, oh, Wolf is going to be back. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. It's more unique, and that's why we moved to number 4, Crash Bandicoot. There have been rumors about it. It makes a lot of sense. It fits artistically. It fits thematically. And the game is coming to Switch later this month. Nintendo and Activision, that's a totally plausible partnership. Some people are saying Crash and Spyro, but we're going to play a little safer and just go with the Bandicoot.
Yeah, I mean, he fits in, right? As far as like pure size and shape of characters, again, not difficult to imagine how Crash would work in this. And given that the trilogy is coming to Switch, like you mentioned, there is an established relationship within the companies there, and there's more crazy third party or companies that aren't Nintendo things that are being said. So Crash Bandicoot being in there, totally possible.
And they are looking to expand upon this port for both Xbox One and Switch. There's talk of adding some levels to the game. Activision has said that they have an announcement regarding Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, so they are clearly invested in the IP and in the character, and we've already seen him be included in Skylanders. It just makes a lot of sense that they would want to push Crash, and what better place. Number 5 is the fan favorite, the fan hopeful, Ridley. This has been rumored, and when you talk about fall out of your seat, jump out of your seat, this would definitely be one. It would be super freaking awesome. Perhaps it ties in at some capacity to Metroid Prime 4 in the future. But right now, I think Ridley would be a great fan service moment and just a super cool addition to the roster.
Yeah, can't wait for the Samus one-on-one fight against Ridley that you and I would have if this did come to fruition. But yeah,
who would you be?
I'd go with Ridley.
You'd be Ridley? Okay,
yeah.
I get to be Samus?
Yeah, you could be Samus.
I think we're going to just follow the plots of the video game and take you out over and over and over again. But no, it is a little... It's one of those, like, holy grail characters, I guess, but I feel like it's the time. And I feel like if everything we've heard about the game lines up, like, they are kind of going balls to the wall here. And that's why for number 6... I'm giving you King K Rool, Gabe.
Oh, yeah.
This is my dream character. And he was very popular in Sakurai's poll, so it's not to say that I'm like the only one that wants him. We know that Mario plus Rabbids is getting that DK expansion. Maybe King K Rool's there. Maybe it's time for him to regain some glory and some spotlight. And I don't know. They've made heavy characters work super well in the past. You got King Dedede, you got Bowser, you got Donkey Kong. King K Rool, he fits. He looks great. He could throw out those clap traps. It's magical, Gabe. It needs to happen.
Okay, so all right, let's be honest with ourselves for a second. What percentage would you give of likelihood of King K Rool coming? Like, be honest.
50-50.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's pretty high.
Yeah, I think it could go either way with that one.
And it would literally make my E3. So we're going to will it into existence. But I really think, given his popularity, given how much he's been mentioned, and, Nintendo has dipped into sort of more obscure characters. Look, they got Rob the Robot in there. They brought back Duck Hunt Dog as a fun, NES reference. King K Rool is just as or more popular than them, right? So unless you want to get even more obscure, like I feel like he's the choice. Number 7 here for us is going to be Pyrrha from Xenoblade. We know that they are very invested in that franchise. They just doubled down on the studio and are expanding and hoping to make even more titles, multiple projects. So it only makes sense that they would add another. It's a Switch franchise now. It is a Nintendo franchise and one that the characters can come over very nicely.
Yeah, Pyrrha would be very cool. I know people have suggested like a Rex and Pyrrha combo, so I don't know if that's something they do, but Pyrrha being in here in some fashion would be cool. I do hope she's her own character as opposed to, just a addition to what Rex is. So, yeah, but Pyrrha fits in well. Moveset fits in well. She has her well, she is a sword or part sword. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
And then it falls in line with like adding more female characters and improving the balance. So we'll keep on that track with Mipha. Bringing in a Breath of the Wild champion makes a whole lot of sense. She's very cool looking and would give probably a pretty eclectic move set. Any of the champions outside of Urbosa, I think, make a lot of sense. They all would be great additions. Heck, I'll take all of them. But when we looked and kind of how we're going to figure this out, King K. Rool being like a heavier character, Mipha kind of makes sense. Again, it's that female flair, and I think she'd be a lot of fun. Hopefully she can use Prince Sidon as like a special attack.
What's he gonna do? He's just gonna swim around the stage being super cool?
That's like her, her best move is he like just like winks and it freezes everyone in place.
Ooh, yeah, that's Ultimate Smash. All right.
Yep. That's her go-to. No, I do think that Breath of the Wild will have some inclusion. I do hope it's a champion that makes the most sense. I think that's almost like as much of a given as like an ARMS character as I feel like a Zelda Breath of the Wild inclusion. Like the game is masterful, so why not allow us to master the character in Smash? Okay, we're gonna get to number 9 now, Gabe, and this one is probably the most up in the air, but we are going to put, like I said, our chips in on this one. Predicting a Microsoft inclusion. We've heard it rumored. It seems very weird. Third party is a big piece of Nintendo's show this year. The characters will make you jump out of your seat. We've heard that Microsoft wants to be in and on board, and what better way than grabbing Banjo and Kazooie?
Yeah, when we heard about that like they were like considering like doing something Microsoft related. First of all, that is a little bit mind blowing to see that these companies would work together in this manner. But the only characters that make sense to me are Banjo and Kazooie. So if it does happen, those are the characters. I think 100%. Now it's just about waiting and seeing if that comes to fruition.
Yeah, and obviously Banjo has had a presence on Nintendo consoles. We know that the N64 Classic is something that's almost assuredly coming, so maybe it all just kind of lines up in terms of getting some of those, licenses and getting some of that stuff going on. I don't know. I don't know if that's thinking too, wide and broad stroke, but it would be an absolute epic inclusion. I think that in some ways Banjo would be far more exciting than Crash. I think that would be just such a great get for Nintendo. I mean, they've thrown Snake in here, so Banjo is plausible, but we'll see if those rumors pan out. I think it would be super freaking cool, and at some capacity, Microsoft is putting Minecraft on the Switch, so it's not like they don't have a phone line to connect over.
Yeah, I mean,
all right.
Microsoft's not making games, so they could make this happen.
Ouch. Let's go with our 10th character, and this one ties into the belief that Star Fox Grand Prix is a thing, and also she's just pretty darn cool, and rather than bring back Wolf, let's add Crystal to the mix, another Star Fox representative, and one who would have a different moveset than the rest of the cast from those games. Falco Fox, they're different but similar. Crystal, with her staff and whatnot, would be unique. I think she's a really cool character. Again, female presence ties to an upcoming game. You can sort of see our thought pattern here with a lot that's going on, and I personally would love this inclusion.
Yeah, Crystal is the character that I'm like the most unfamiliar with out of all of these, so you would probably have to tell me a little bit about her. Star Fox games are generally not my thing. I would be excited for this kart racer that's coming, though. That would probably change my mind. We always need a good kart racer on a Nintendo platform. I played the heck out of Mario Kart, so yeah, like you said, it makes sense with the game very likely coming. Good tie-in.
Absolutely, and she's part of Star Fox Adventures, which was a crazy game as part of my GameCube past. It's the only video game I've ever returned to the store. I thought it was broken, and I think I was just a broken player. But I was very small and very unsure of myself, so I returned it because Fox kept falling down this hole, and it was like an infinite loop. I'm sure it was just some bug or glitch, but I was convinced that my little GameCube disc was broken. All right, so before we get out of here, we're each going to make one sort of off-the-wall prediction. These are our 10 that we're sticking with for Switch Force, and I feel like we could hit on many of these. Ice Climbers, a new Fire Emblem inclusion, Ribbon Girl, Crash Bandicoot, Ridley, King K. Rool, Pyrrha, Mipha, Banjo, Kazooie, and Crystal. But Gabe, now is the chance to really just throw it out there, throw a Pokeball out there, if you will, and give us your personal pick.
Yeah, with the release of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, I want to see Eevee represented in some way here. Eevee is one of my favorite Pokemon, and we spoke about it. And I think something like a Pokemon trainer that had basically all the three evolutions from the Kanto region would be very cool. Have Flareon on there, have a Vaporeon on there, and I want to see them all. Jolteon as well. Sorry, didn't mention Jolteon. I think that could be super fun.
That would be very cool. And I'm going to kind of go in the same vein, but I'm going to say a Team Rocket trainer. Pokemon trainer did not have a presence in Smash 4 for obvious reasons, but I would love to get some Team Rocket inclusion. I think they would look fantastic. I don't know if you just go with a Team Rocket grunt or if you actually throw Jesse and James in there, but giving them sort of a triple gem of Pokemon to bring back that idea in a new way, especially honoring the fact that it is the Yellow Anniversary and Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee will see the return of Team Rocket in that plot line. It would be super fun. It would be super cool. They would look absolutely epic. Plus, like, just saying, like, hey, I main Team Rocket. Like, I don't know.
I main Team Rocket. That's a funny statement. I love it.
That's really great for Smash 5. So we will find out, not all the characters, but a good chunk of them. And hopefully, a lot of them line up with our list. Let us know in the comments down below which characters you're predicting for Smash 5 and why. I'm sure we will know on Tuesday morning. And hopefully we are jumping out of our chairs, taking our shirts off, and super surprised. It'll be exciting, so make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest and greatest from the Switch and Smash. Follow us on Twitter, and Discord will be at E3 all week. We've got you covered. There are links to those in the description down below. And until next time, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. We love you. For myself and Gabe, Switch Force out.